Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Caitlin, and if you're new to my channel, I have been living and working in Banff National Park in Canada for the last 2.5 years now. Me and my partner first moved to Canada in 2021 on a working holiday visa, and then recently we just extended our visas for another 2 years. It has been an absolute blast of a lifetime. I love Canada. I love working holidays. It has truly been the best 2.5 years of our life. But today I'm making this video to update you on some really exciting and also sad news. Tristan and I are finally leaving Canada. Now, I started this YouTube channel when we first moved to Canada as a way to share our experience, to communicate with people who wanted to do working holidays, and to show essentially what it is like to live and work in such popular ski towns. When we first wanted to move here, there was one girl who was vlogging what it was like to live in Banff, and every other YouTube video, it felt like at the time, was about what it was like to travel or to spend a weekend there or 48 hours in Banff. And I really just wanted to know what it's like to live there. What's it like to walk to the grocery store? What's it like to actually have a life in this transient town so many people are passing through? We also found visa information really complex, and it was just a really tricky thing to try and move your whole life overseas. So we turned to YouTube 2.5 years ago to help us. And then when we finally moved here, we tried to fill that gap for you. So if you are in the beginning or the early phases of starting a working holiday or looking into that for yourself, please feel free to go through all the rest of the videos on my channel. I have so many resources. I have a Canadian working holiday playlist. I have a bunch of vlogs. It is very raw and real, and there's some travel-based stuff in there too, but this is what it's like to live in Canada. So if you're at that stage, please feel free to go and check those out. Now, if you've been with me for a while, ironically, the last video that I posted for you guys was about us getting a second work permit, and we've gone through the whole process. We still have valid work permit time in Canada. If you haven't seen that video, essentially my partner and I went through an LMIA process. It was just a sponsored work permit. He got that, I got the spouse visa. Since then, a lot of things have changed though. So I feel like when you first get your work permit and you have 2 years in a brand new country, it feels like a really long time. And we felt like that as well, and we never ever had intentions of extending our work permits until about 1.5 years in. A weekend came where we were meant to be packing up all of our ski gear to send it home with family that were visiting, and it just broke my heart. We decided we wanted to stay. We loved Canada. We weren't ready to leave. So we did. We went through this really lengthy process to get another visa. We have gotten a good chunk of extra time, but the time has come that we feel ready to leave. There's been a couple of factors that have influenced our decision on this, but essentially, I feel like we have done everything we came to Canada to do. I was really excited to do another summer season. There are so many amazing hikes. I just started getting into like backcountry camping and everything. Essentially, I just wanted to spend as much time in nature as possible. Even though I'd done a 2-year visa, I've actually only spent 1 year in Canada myself, 1 summer in Canada myself. The first summer that we were here, I actually went to Maine and I did a summer camp. And the last summer we had was amazing. Yes, I was excited for another one, but I'm really excited for where we're heading instead. Last time I spoke to you guys, we were planning on going home in September for a wedding and to spend a little bit of time with family before heading to a different country for the next winter. I haven't told you about that one yet. I will, so stick with me. But some things have changed in town that kind of accelerated our decision to move on early. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying we were very fortunate to be given a sponsorship opportunity. I know that is a not very common thing, and it can be really hard to get. So we are super grateful for the extra time we have gotten in Canada. But since we accepted the sponsorship, which means that you are locked in and you cannot work anywhere else, the management at our place of work changed. Essentially, it just became a place that we didn't feel was going to be the best place to spend our summer and the most productive for what we wanted to get out of our working holiday. The culture shifted a little bit, and we were told we couldn't even take time off, which is a working holiday is meant to be just that. It's meant to be a holiday as well, right? You work, you holiday. It's meant to be a nice work-life balance. And things just shifted a little bit. And because of the visa requirements, we didn't really have a choice. It was either stay there or move on. So we've decided to move on, and we're really, really excited about it. There are a couple things we'll miss, aka like the summer opportunities that we could have had, but we're really ready. Banff has been one of the most amazing places in the world to live. But I do think after a certain time, it gets to a point where you've kind of done it all. And I know there's always going to be more things to explore. There's always going to be more hiking trails, more places to camp, you know, things to do. But essentially, it was starting to get a little bit repetitive for us. And we felt like we're in the prime of our lives where we're 25. Working holiday visas are available between 18 and 30 or 18 and 35, depending on the country. And we really, really want to make the most of that. Now, I'm not sure if this is the end of our Canada journey or not. Canada is still very much on the cards for us. But for now, I think we're in the perfect time of our lives where we need to get out there. We need to make the most of other working holiday visas, and we need to explore where we can. You know, we don't have a ton of money behind us, but we're very much of the mindset right now that this is our time to experience things. So here's our plan. In just a couple of days, we are packing up in Canada for good, and we are heading down to Panama. If you recall, I went to Nicaragua almost exactly a year ago now, and I loved it. It is the best performing video on my channel, for one, so I think you guys loved it too. But I just think Central America is an amazing place, and it is so like not spoken about in Australia. It's just like seen as somewhere super dangerous, blah blah blah, whatever. I had the best time of my life in Nicaragua, and I loved it so much, and I wanted to go back ever since. And I was planning on doing it by myself, but with everything that's happened in Banff, Tristan and I are finally doing it together, and I'm so excited. So we have approximately 2 months. We've booked our flight down, we've booked a couple of nights in a hostel. We have a rough plan of what we want to do, but we're also just going to go with the flow. I think so many people backpack Central America, and it is such a cool, social, amazing place that you can kind of go with the flow. We'll see. I'm gonna vlog everything for you guys, so we'll see how it turns out. But our plan is to go to Panama, do a bunch of travel there, Costa Rica maybe for a week or so, and then we want to do Guatemala, Belize, and then maybe Mexico and Nicaragua if we have time. So it's going to be a really amazing couple of months. After that 2 months, we are headed back to Maine in the US to do summer in the States. Now, if you recall, I think I only ever put like one video up on my channel about this, but I worked at a beautiful, beautiful old girls camp in the States, and I loved it so, so much that I'm super excited to be going back. Now, the first time I did it solo. I was with Tristan, but he did not come with me. He stayed in Banff that summer, and it was truly one of the summers of my life. And I don't know if you can have a bad summer if you really commit to it anywhere, to be honest. But I worked as a boating instructor. I lived on the lake. I lived with a bunch of 13-year-old girls. I got to be their mentor. I got to help them be a part of their summer, and just trying to make that the most amazing summer they could have had. And I get to go back and do it all again. So I think it is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm going back in a different role to what I did last time, but Tristan's going to be working on the waterfront, and I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. So we're really, really excited to have this opportunity to have incredible camp directors supporting us. And I'm going to make a bunch of videos for that too. So if you have any questions, or if you've ever thought about doing a summer camp, please let me know. Please drop them in the comments, because I am already planning things, and I'm already so excited to share with you a little bit more of what it was like now that I'm going back for my second summer. So that's the plan. That finishes up in August. We've got a month where we don't know what we're gonna do, if we're gonna travel, if we're gonna go home, don't know. Then we've got to be home for a little bit because we have a wedding. We want to spend a little bit of time with family. That will have been 3 years by then that we've been away from home and only visited once. So our plan is to be home for a little while, and then all going well, we will be in Japan for the next winter season. Now, I know Japan is a huge working holiday destination. It seems like an amazing working holiday destination for powder, for culture, for everything, but we're super, super excited about that. So that's the plan. It's all tentative. Don't hold me to anything, but we are really, really excited for what the next 6 to 12 months have in store, and I hope you guys are too. If this is my first video that you have ever watched, please stick with me. I know it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna be vlogging and talking about everything. I also have a website that I've just launched, which is super, super exciting and a huge passion project of mine. So whether YouTube videos are your thing, reading blogs is your thing, if you want travel advice, I'm here for you. I've got you. But this is where we're going. Now, Canada has been one of the most amazing things that I have ever done, Tristan has ever done. It has been a huge life decision we made out of response to COVID, and it has been the best thing ever. So I want to really quickly touch on some of the pros and cons of it if this is a position you're in right now and you are considering it. For us, being at the end of our journey and reflecting on this whole process, I truly think one of the best ways that you can grow as a person and develop your own identity and find yourself in like the most woo-woo sense is to come and get completely out of your comfort zone and figure things out. This whole process has not been the easiest thing in the world, and I really hope that all my videos don't make it seem like it's perfect, because it's not. Towns like this are some of the most transient in the world. People are coming and going constantly, every few months, just regularly. They come and work a season, they leave. They come and work their 2-year visa, they leave. And the best part of that is that you meet some super, super amazing people. You have connections all over the world. It is amazing. I have made some of the best friends I think I will ever have in my life in Canada. But on the other hand, they leave, and it hurts. And it's really hard when you're not leaving to want to make friends after you had something so great and that disappeared. So I think it's definitely ups and downs, you know. We've made poor investments. We have bought cars that have blown up. We have financed cars that in hindsight maybe we shouldn't have, you know, but you figure these things out and you grow and you take on jobs you never thought you'd take on, and you live in different places and you live with different people. And I think it is, if you haven't got the gist already, I love it. I love working holidays. I'm a huge advocate for it. And I won't keep rambling forever, but I do think that a couple of pros of doing a working holiday are the people you meet, the experiences you get. It gets you out of your comfort zone. You work in jobs you never probably anticipated working in, and maybe sometimes that looks like a step back on paper, but I genuinely don't think it is. On the flip side, it can be really expensive. Your financial income may not be the same as what you had at home. I know for us it definitely wasn't even comparative, even working in quite good roles as like bartenders or servers or anything like that. It's been a struggle financially, and we're definitely not in a great position because of it, but I wouldn't trade that for any experience in the world. And then just having to say bye to people continually, and then working in places that potentially don't have the same core values as you. But hey, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the process. I don't think I'm ever going to forget this little period in my life, and while it's over for now, I just want to say a huge, huge thank you to every single person who has been with us through this journey. Whether this is the first video of ours that you've watched or it is the 100th, if you've been here our whole journey, thank you so much. And if you're just joining now, I'm really excited because we are super, super stoked on what is to come. We have a bunch of Canada stuff there ready to help you if that's where you're at. And we also have some really, really exciting, amazing content coming. If Central America, if the US, if Japan, if any of that is your vibe, stick with me, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know you're here, because we are really, really excited to take on this next chapter, and we're really thrilled to be able to do it with you. If you have any questions about what's happening next or about our journey in Canada, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I would really, really love to know where you're at. Why are you here? Why are you watching this video? What's happening with you? Are you at the start of your working holiday? Are you midway? Are you considering where to go next? Thank you so much for sticking with us over the last 2.5 years, and I'm really excited to take on this journey together. We'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.